Welcome to the online class of nadi astrology. So in today's class we will see how to take the directional aspects. The previous class we have already discussed that, but since this is very fundamental and basic in Brigan and the nadi, we will see it with further examples. So here we are seeing three planets are there in this direction. So we have seen in the basic class how directions are given to Rashis. Since all these three planets are in same direction, we will take them together. That is Sun plus Jupiter plus Ketu. Because even though they are in different houses, but they are in 159 to each other. As I said in the previous classes, 159 means they will be in the same direction. Therefore, we are taking them together. Okay. Now this is a concept which are given planetary shapes, metals and taste. So these shapes we don't have to bother that much. Okay, but for sake of information we will have it. And metals is because a particular planet will represent a particular metal. For example, if you want to do any what do you say gemstones, then this metal should be given importance. If you want to do some what do you say manikya or ruby, then it is either preferred to wear a gold or a copper the ring. Similarly, for other things also it is given, which you can just have a look around that. And this taste pungent, salt, spicy, bitter. These are respective taste. So what again we are trying to say here is, if a particular person is having too much of Jupiter influence on his chart, then what happens is whenever he consumes food, he needs sweet along with them compulsorily, and he has more fondness towards sweet. And if it is something like Mercury, then he will like bitter things to eat. Okay, and this is planetary avatars. So which planet represents which avatara? Okay, sun represents Rama, moon represents Krishna. So here there is a slight mistake, that is Narsimha will come in place of Mars and Balarama will come for Mercury, and Jupiter is Vamana. So make the correction accordingly in the slide also. So now what happens is sun avatar is Rama, moon avatar is Krishna, Mars avatar is Narasimha, Mercury is Balarama, Jupiter is Vamana, and Venus is Parashurama, Saturn is Kurma, Rahu is Varaha, Ketu is Matsya. So whenever you are having any planets problems, you can worship the following avatars along with their Adidevatas. So what are their deities or Adidevatas, we will see in the next slide. And these are the what do you say the particular gemstones for those planets. So for example, if you are having any affliction in the chart because of sun, then you can wear a ruby stone. But again, having said this, wearing this stone is not given that much promised results, either because the application of gemstones itself is having limitations, or the proper puja has not been done, and the stones wearing will not giving any good results. But this is a matter of research. So for a particular problem, rather than doing puja, oma, and praying to God using geometrical figures like yantra, amulets, other than that, these gemstones are relatively giving very poor results only in my opinion. Maybe different people can have different opinions, but as far as I feel, going to temple for a particular planet and doing puja from our own way, and wearing the particular planets yantra and doing the puja daily, because these yantras are geometrical figures, these have been successful as far as I have seen. And even our ancient classics and the yantra books and even the homa, yagna, havans all recommend either doing some homa, havan, or daily pujas of yantras, or what do you say wearing the particular planet's amulet. All those things are helpful, but these gemstones have been what do you say somewhat controversial. However, for the sake of information, and sometimes it becomes the client's stress on this to suggest some stone, then you are helpless, even though we have a difference of opinion. Okay, so it's necessary we know this: ruby, pearl, red coral, emerald, yellow sapphire, diamond, blue sapphire, agate, cat's eye. All these are respective planets gemstones. And here we are given wheat, rice, red gram corresponding to the respective planets. So what I am trying to say is, for example, if you are having some problem related to Mars, maybe in female horoscope, if there is Mars affliction, then there is some kind of what do you say problems in marital life. That time they can what can they can do is, they can do some kind of sweet in red gram, and give it to people, or someone who is hungry, who doesn't have capacity to eat food, they can give it to them. Or if some priest or some really poor person who's doesn't have capacity, for them in a month grocery they can buy all this and give to them. Okay, somebody who's really poor, for them if you buy 1 kg of wheat, 1 kg of rice and as a give as a grocery, and definitely will get the blessings of all these planets. So that is the basic fundamental in this. And I given sun is the king, moon is the queen, Mars is the commander, Mercury is the prince, and Jupiter is the minister, and Venus is minister, Saturn is a servant, Rahu is low caste, Ketu is saints. So it is something like a kingdom. Okay, in a kingdom, who is the king and who is the queen. So these are the position or status of the particular planets. So which we'll see later. Okay, how we can apply them. Okay, as of now it is not required, but to know the information is well and good. Now, as I said, there are planetary deities. Okay, if there is any problem you are having real with respect to moon, okay, there is mind too much of problem. Mind is having too much of anxiety. Then you can pray to God Parvati because she is the devata for moon. Then if there is enemy problems, too much of enmity like that, then we can pray for Subramanya because he is the problem for Mars. I mean, sorry, the god or deity for the Mars. And also if you are having any sickness, long-term illness, again you can pray for Subramanya. And in case of female charts, if they are having any problems with respect to husband like that and late marriage or problems in married life, they can pray to Subramanya. Similarly, for other planets, I have tabulated the respective deities. Then we have the subjects. What are the planets? When they are combined with the education giving planet, they will give certain education. For example, if Mercury is having strong connection to Sun, it will give political science, social science. Then if the education related planet is connected to Moon, it will give art, psychology, chemistry, water, hotel, sea, navy, all water related, food related, all those will be given by Moon. If it is Mars, engineering, physics, irrigation, mining, and Mercury, it's accounts, maths, logical, educational. Similarly, for all the things I have given, and Rahu will give you apart from this computers, aviation, and also any shade related like photography. All this will be given by Rahu. Ketu gives you medical, theology, astrology, law, handwork, endowments, IT, communications. Why all this means? Ketu is something related to give relief. Okay, any profession or education that is related to giving relief. For example, doctor gives you relief from the sickness. The pharmaceuticals gives you relief from the sickness, and a lawyer gives you relief from the legal issues, and a saint or sannyasi gives you relief from the ajnana, or he gives his philosophical insights, and astrology gives you relief from the planetary problems. So like that, we are given all those relief related will come under the Ketu Karakatva, and these are the planets. Are the planets that represent. So what are the planets? Giant, milkweed, drumsticks. So what I'm trying to say is, for example, if somebody is having some problem in our South Indian villages, they'll go around these trees so that a particular planet's ill effect is removed, and it has been very successful. There is no doubt in that. And next, what we are going to discuss is planets on their gender. Okay, where this is useful is, for example, in a chart, there is too much of male planets influencing a female chart, that even though she is a female, she will have masculine characters, like she will be very brave, and she will be, what you say, very strength and authoritative. In case of a male, if there is too much of female influence, then even though he is a male by physical appearance, but he will be too much emotional, he will be very soft, and he will be oversensitive like that. And eunuch plants, they play in between role. And apart from this, what is the other thing will be useful is, for example, if somebody comes and asks who is the thief, that time if you cast a chart, then you can tell whether the thief was a male or female. Okay, so when it comes to eunuch planet, you can tell not that person will be eunuch, certainly not, but you may say, okay, that person is a male who is having a characteristic like a female, is a soft person, like that we can guess. And also it is useful again in child determination, whether the first child will be male or female. In that it will be useful for us. We will see that in our higher level classes. So in the next class we'll discuss planetary karakatas. It's very very important. Without that we can even touch a single topic in Briganandi Nadi. However, if you understand that, everything under the universe can be answered using Briganandi Nadi. So I hope this class was helpful. Thank you. Have a